Thank you each for your time and attention today and allowing us to speak. I am sovereign.
Thank you, Ms. Atchity. Next, we have Devin Vrana, followed by Connie Newcomb. Welcome to the committee, Devin.
Thank you, and thank you for letting me bring my pillars of strength to be with you today. They're the reason why. There are 2 of my 5 reasons why. Today, I'd like to talk about a few things that I hope I speak so plainly that 2 10-year-olds can fully understand it. Number 1, let's talk about the golden rule. Treat others as you would like to be treated. That has seemed to go out the window over the last 2 years. This is not a policy issue. This is a people issue. So I'd like to read the names of a few people I've had the divine honor of praying with and crying with over the last few months as they're forced to lose their jobs, their 401ks, their pensions, and potentially their healths or livelihoods. Mel, Mandy, Nathan, Susan, Janelle, Colin, Cicely, Ava, Jim, Austin, Bailey, Trish, Taylor, Beth, Kara, Colby, Becca, and that's just the beginning. We all know somebody, so I challenge all of you to grab 5 to 10 friends the next time we get to do one of these meetings so that we don't just do this once, we do it again and again and again, as long as we have to do it until these kids get to grow up in a world that doesn't talk about the golden rule, but lives by it. Number 2, I would like to talk about attitude, because I heard, and I have heard in places like Wichita, Kansas, where I'm from, when people, peaceful people, show up to peacefully protest, which is our human right, we show up and we are called things like unruly. We are unruly, we are unsettled, and we are extremely unhappy. And as to quote one of our family's favorite movies, attitude reflects leadership, or in this case, lack thereof. So I call on all of you to get courageous and remember that the opposite of courage is not cowardice, it is conformity. And we can't pass the buck, because all around our nation, there are great states that are speaking out. There are governors and there are legislators that are brave enough to do the right and just thing. So we the people, we your people, are asking for action. Lastly, I would talk about ethics. I took an oath to do no harm. And yes, with my hands as a chiropractor, not to do any harm. But when I know a truth and I don't speak it, I am by default doing harm, because we've reached the point where silence becomes betrayal. When it comes to medical ethics, risk, benefits, options, and alternatives, wait for it. Best part, choice. If we do not have choice, we are not free people. If we do not have medical freedom, we are not free people. I will not teach my daughter and my sons that no means no only applies until the government says so, or until their employer says so. And I'm going to ask everybody in this room to stop what you're doing and put your hands on your heart and close your eyes and go to the space where we can all meet, where we can meet in love, where we can meet in compassion, and think of Lady Justice as she holds those beautiful scales, and as they are tipping too far one way, it becomes each and every one of yours duty and obligation to level it out. As Eleanor Roosevelt says, justice cannot be one side alone, but must be for both. Wrong is wrong, even if everybody's doing it.
Thank you, Dr.
And
Vrana.
Right is wrong. Right is right, even if no one is doing it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate your comments. Next, we have Connie Newcomb, followed by Brian Ardis.
Protect our freedom.